for April and May. Please block your calendar and plan accordingly to attend most of the CPE events hosted by ISACA Muscat chapter. One more announcement, and as the renewal session is still membership renewal session is still going on. There are certain members who have delayed due to certain reason of renewing their membership, and their membership is paused. Please take immediate step to renew your membership. The hard-earned certificates what you have earned over the past years, don't make it happen to lose yourself. So better to renew the membership membership renewal and certificate renewal also. As I said in my last CP session, that this year being the 25th year of ISACA Muscat chapter's establishment, and there are many programs will be held during the year, and we'll make it very, very memorable. Thank you. With this brief note, I hand it over to MC of the evening, Mr. Arul. Thank you, Arul, and everyone. Enjoy the session. And sorry, I missed to thank our speaker of the day, Dr. Jitendra Pandey, one of the very learned, speaker in Muscat. Dr. Jitendra definitely add lot of value for today's topic, AI revolution in cybersecurity, for the benefit of our members. Thank you, Dr. Jitendra, for agreeing to take this session. Over to you, Arulji.
Thank you, Mr. Badri. Thank you, Vice President. Now let us meet our expert speaker for this evening, Dr. Jitendra Pandey. I would like to invite Mr. Manikandan, our Director Marketing, to introduce him. Mr. Mani, you can start introducing the speaker of the day.
Thanks, Arul. It's our pleasure and honor to welcome today's distinguished speaker, Dr. Jitendra Pandey. Dr. Jitendra is a pillar of the Department of Computer and Electronic Engineering at Middle East College for the past 15 years. He holds PhD in the field of artificial intelligence from India, and his academic journey both inspiring and impactful. A senior member of IEEE, a fellow of the British Computer Society, and a fellow of the Higher Education Academy, UK since 2012. Dr. Pandey brings with him a wealth of knowledge and a passion for innovation and digital space. He is also a member of the International Association of Engineers and actively contributes as an editorial board member for multiple academic journals, including the International Journal of Advanced Studies in Computer Science and Engineering and MEC Journal of Big Data and Smart City. Dr. Jitendra is the author of several notable publications, including the acclaimed book Artificial Intelligence on FinTech, a management book titled Shadow Leadership, and is currently working on a forthcoming book focusing on AI in logistics. Over the years, he has delivered numerous guest lectures, chaired IEEE conference sessions in Oman, Romania, and India, and served as a keynote speaker for various international conferences. His commitment to academic excellence and research has been recognized through successful national project grants funded by the Ministry of Higher Education, Research and Innovation, Oman. We are truly privileged to have him with us as a speaker on the very timely and transformative topic, the AI revolution in cybersecurity. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Jitendra Pandey. Over to you, Jitendra.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Mani. Thank you, Mr. Mani. It's time for our presentation now. Let's hand over the mic to our speaker of the day, Dr. Jitendra Pandey. Over to you, Doctor.
Thank you so much to, first of all, ISACA Muscat chapter for giving me this platform. It was I was waiting for a long time to interact with the ISACA audience, and unfortunately, things happened in the past, and this presentation got rescheduled. Thank you so much to the Vice President, Mr. Badri, and the Director Membership, Mr. Arul, and also the Director Marketing, Mr. Manikandan, for the introduction. And I will start my presentation, which is focusing on two very hot topics in the today's environment, which is AI and the cybersecurity. AI and cybersecurity, which talks about a new era of defense and offense. So we will be discussing about the different developments which have happened in the area, in the field of AI, in the field of cybersecurity, and also at the end we'll look into the some of the case studies and some of the latest tools which are being used in the field of security, the AI tools which are being used in this field. And it becomes very important because the whole globally the cybersecurity is undergoing a fundamental transformation. And if you look into the history, businesses and individuals they relied on conventional and human driven methods to protect the digital assets, and this approach often struggle them to keep pace with the rapidly evolving technologies. And as we are learning the new technologies, counterparts, our cyber criminals are also updating themselves with the technologies, so they are getting smarter day by day, and they are also using innovative means of attacking our digital assets. So there are different innovations uh, which have been tried and tested by the AI. There are some more things to be discussed. So in this whole presentation, we'll talk about the revolution of AI in the field of cybersecurity. And before we move on to the session, just I want to have your focus, the audience focus, and I want to just take a quick survey, which is on Kahoot. So if all the members can join the Kahoot, it's a very simple quiz. If you can join and give me your quick feedback on this on these two questions. So you can open the Kahoot.it app .it on the browser, or if you have the Kahoot app, you can join through the Kahoot app also. Once you join the Kahoot, once you open the Kahoot website, you have to just join the this quiz by putting the code which is given here. I can see, yes, the people are joining. It's not a very lengthy quiz, it's just two questions, just a kind of icebreaker. Understand the mood of the audience. So I think I'll not spend much time on this. I'll continue. I'll start the quiz now. So all of you can. Okay, we've got 9 people. Let me start. If rest of you also wants to join, you can just open the Kahoot.it on the browser, and the code is 10888898, and also the code will be shared below the screen if you want to see. A simple question, multiple options for you to select. Fine. So I can see that we have experts and we have people with some knowledge, and a couple of them as beginners also, which is fine. And moving on to the next question. You have to identify two correct answers. Fine. So I can see that, yes, that's fine. I guess most of you have got it right. So that's all I have. Now I'll move on to the next part. I'll disable the mic now. Fine. So basically, I know that ISACA chapter is full of experts in the field of cybersecurity, um, and all of you have got good experience in this field. So, is my screen on? And whatever topics I'm discover, I'm sure you will have many things to add on to these topics today. So this can be a good discussion, and we can all together explore this topic. So talking about cybersecurity, I just want to share some statistics here with you, which talks about how the globally cybercrime is increasing day by day, and the risk of cybercrime amongst the individuals, amongst the organizations, has increased so much. If you look at the current current annual cost of cybercrime worldwide, so currently at 2025, it is expected to be at 10.29 trillion US dollars, which is a huge amount, which is at stake around the globe. And this is going to increase year by year, I'll say month by month, in fact, because the way the technology is expanding, uh, the the scope of cyber security or cyber criminals is increasing as well. This exponential growth in the field of cybercrime, it reflects the increasing sophistication of threat actors, the cyber criminals, who are on the expanding attack surface, which is created by the digital transformation initiatives, and also the growing value of digital assets, because we are the organizations are increasing dependencies on the digital technologies day by day, which is also kind of exposing them towards these digital cyber attacks. Organizations, as they are continuing to digitize their operations and infrastructure, and they are becoming connected, the cyber criminals are also finding it more easy to target them and develop different new methods of attacks. Also talking about the global average cost of a data breach. So if you look at the statistics, this cost is also increasing day by day. The average cost of a data breach was around 4.8 uh, dollars in 2024, which was an increase from the last year. And of course, if you see the trend, it is increasing. It is increasing day by day, year by year, uh, on the graph globally. This research from the IBM, it talks about at how the global average cost of data breach has reached to 4.88 million in 2024, which is a significant increase of 10% from the previous year. And also, this substantial increase in the average total cost can be attributed towards different factors, with business disruption cost playing a major, because once there is an attack, the system uh, shuts down, the whole system shuts down, and it disrupts the whole business operations. Also, it involves customer loss due to the eroded trust, reputation damage for the organizations, and also the post-breach expenses have grown substantially, which overall increases the cost of a data breach in the organizations. Uh, on top of that, there are regulator fines which have also become more severe with stricter data protection laws in all the countries. Even in Oman, we have got around 60 or $70,000, which is a fine for any kind of security breach which is happening. So the combination of all these different factors have created a perfect storm that is continuing to drive the breaching cost higher year after. And moving on, if you see the area, I mean the countries which are being affected and the average cost also. So cost of data breach by country or region, if you see in the US, in 2024, 2023, it was $9.48, and then it increased to $9.36 million. Specifically, if you see Middle East also in this graph, it's interesting because it was $8.07 million and it has increased to 8.75. That means Middle East is not far away from the data breach which is happening around the world. This figure exceeds those of the other regions in the study. If you see other regions like Benelux or Canada or Germany, they are almost half now. That means we at Middle East are at a higher risk in terms of the data breach, and we are paying more for the damages which are being done due to the data breach which is happening around us. So these are some of the statistics which talks about that how severe this cyber threats are to the organizations. Now we talk about how we can counter these cyber threats and what is the role AI can play in countering these cyber threats. So in the context of cybersecurity, AI refers to the use of intelligent systems which can be used for detecting, predicting, preventing, and also responding to the cyber threats. So talking about how AI can actually do its job, AI can use different machine learning algorithms which can enable the computer systems to learn from the data without being explicitly programmed. And in the field of cybersecurity, machine learning is used to identify patterns and anomalies in vast data sets of network traffic, user behavior, and system logs to detect the potential threats like malware, intrusions, and insider threats. We'll see some case studies where there are some new tools which have been developed with the concept of machine learning and which are being used to prevent the malware intrusions and insider threats attack within the organization. Different machine learning models, they continuously learn and adapt to the new threats, improving their accuracy over time. I mean, they learn from, of course, the historical data sets, and also they learn from the current status of the networks and current traffic, and then they can react towards an attack. Also, the deep learning models, which is a subset of machine learning, which uses artificial neural network with multiple layers to analyze complex data representations. Deep learning models excels at tasks like speech recognition and has proven highly effective in cybersecurity for advanced malware detection, including zero-day attacks as well. Identifying sophisticated phishing campaigns and analyzing network traffic for malicious activities. So deep learning is also one of the technologies, the technology which is being used in the field of preventing the cybersecurity attacks. Deep learning models can automatically extract the relevant features from raw data and reducing the need for the manual feature engineering. Other than that, we can also use natural NLP, natural language processing. This branch of AI focuses on enabling computers to understand, interpret, and regulate human languages. In cybersecurity, NLP is employed to analyze textual data such as emails, security reports, code comments, and social media monitoring as well. So it can analyze different security reports, different comments which have been in the codes, and also the social media content for any kind of threat analysis. NLP techniques like sentiment analysis, topic modeling, and entity recognition also help extract valuable insights from the unstructured text data for enhancing security measures. Like, for example, some employees is leaving the organization, and suddenly what happens, you see that his usual activity has changed. Usually his usual download activity has changed, his usual activity of spending time on specific application has been changed. So these kind of activities can be easily monitored by these tools, and then they can they can either intimate the management regarding the behavior of the user, and then they can take the necessary action. So leveraging these AI technologies, the machine learning, deep learning, and NLP can help to detect the threats and also help them to prevent the threats. They can also be used in terms of automating the incident response. So if some incident happens, how to respond to those kind of incidents, and this eventually helps to reduce the incident response times in such breaches which is happening in the organization. Also, they can help in terms of vulnerability management. AI can help in identifying and prioritizing the security weaknesses in the systems, in the applications, also by analyzing the code, by analyzing network configurations and security reports. So this can also help organizations to proactively patch the vulnerabilities before they can be exploited. So we know that the new systems which are being developed and implemented within the organizations, they may have some vulnerabilities. So even those systems, the codes can be analyzed with the help of the AI, and the breach can be minimized. Also, the behavioral analytics, as I told you, if any employee is behaving abnormally than the usual activity, it can be monitored by establishing baselines of normal user and system behavior. AI can detect deviations that may indicate compromised accounts, insider threats, or other malicious activities. For example, if some account suddenly starts spending more time downloading, uploading things on the system, so that can be raised as a trigger, and then the people can check if the user's credentials are safe or no, or maybe somebody else is using or misusing those credentials, so which is also possible. So threat intelligence also is one of the things which can be done using the AI, especially NLP. It can process and analyze vast amounts of threat intelligence data from different sources like blogs, like research papers, and it can be used for identifying the emerging threats, tactics, and actors. So not only internal systems, but the AI can also look into the external systems, look at the behavior, the kind of breaches that are happening around the world, and then it can make itself ready for those kind of attacks in the current system. The next thing is SOAR, which is the security automation, automation and response. So AI can also be integrated or used along with the SOAR, security orchestration, automation, and response systems to automate repetitive security tasks, and also for streamlining the workflows and improving the efficiency of security operations, SOCs, security operations centers. So these are the things which can be done by the AIs when you talk about what can be done in the field of cybersecurity by the AI. Talking about how the AI can be used in terms of predicting and preventing the attacks. So one of the technology, which is the one of the function I will say here, which is anomaly detection. So in this case, what happens is the AI basically depends on machine learning algorithms like clustering or statistical methods or time series analysis or deep learning technologies. These technologies can be used for the more complex anomaly detection in the high dimensional data. So basically, these technologies can be used in terms of identifying unusual behavior of the users, unusual behaviors of the network traffic, unusual behaviors within the system log. So these techniques, machine learning, deep learning, can be used for identifying the anomalies within the users, within the networks as well. These algorithms, how they work, they learn the normal behavior of network traffic, and then they compare that normal behavior with the usual behavior or the current behavior of the users of network traffic, and then they find out the anomalies in the behavior. That is the way of that is how they actually try to identify the unusual scenarios within the systems. Talking about threat intelligence analysis, so again here the NLP technology, which is natural language processing, and machine learning models are used to process and understand unstructured data from different sources like security blogs, research papers, social media platforms, the dark web forums, or the threat reports. And what they do, they analyze data from different sources, and then they do text classification. They also make the topic modelings, like different topics which are there, and also they use entity recognition to categorize, organize, and extract meaningful information from this data. So after categorizing the data from various sources, they try to understand the incidents from the data. And what NLP algorithms do in this case, they parse this text to the key entities. Like, we have got some behaviors of any attacks, so we try to map these entities with the attack behaviors, and we see that if there is any kind of link between the data which we have received and the attack or attacker data, and if there is a relation between them, that then we can categorize this as an attack on the system, on the user, or on the network traffic. So this techniques actually helps to provide timely and actionable insights into the evolving threat landscape. The third one is predictive modeling, where we forecast that what can happen in the future, what kind of attacks can happen in the future. So again, for prediction of the network attacks, we use machine learning technologies, deep learning technologies. Within deep learning technologies, within machine learning, we use regression models, we use classification algorithms, we use support vector machines model, or we use time series forecasting. In deep learning, we use RNN, or we also use LSTMs, which is used for to model the complex dependencies in attack patterns. So we try to understand the attack patterns first. We try to train the attack patterns, and then we will map it with the current network status, just to see that if there is a possibility of attack. So these models are trained on historical data, historical vulnerability informations, and other relevant factors. And this can involve forecasting the likelihood of specific type of attacks, predicting which systems are most likely to be targeted, or anticipating the emergence of new attack vectors. So predictive modeling can be used for identifying what type of attacks can happen in our network, and also it can be used for identifying that where is vulnerability within a network, in terms of user, in terms of network as well. And the last one is vulnerability management, so which talks about how we can manage if something has happened, how can we prioritize the security weaknesses in our systems. So again, for vulnerability management, we are depending on NLP technologies and also the machine learning technologies. So how they work: so NLP helps extracting the key information from vulnerability reports, and machine learning models, they learn from these historical data. After learning from this historical data, they predict the likelihood of how the vulnerabilities within the network can be exploited, and what can be the potential damage to the organization. This helps the security teams to focus the remedial efforts on the most critical vulnerabilities. So we in our network, sometimes we know that where are the weak points, or where the possibility of attack can happen. So in those cases, we can study the kind of attacks which have happened on those factors, and then we can try to prevent a future attack on such kind of uh, vulnerabilities within the network itself. So by leveraging this power of machine learning and deep learning, organizations can build more resilient and adaptive security defense systems within their networks. Now, talking about responding, how AI can help to respond in the best possible way to such attacks. So it can depend on the automated incident response system. So AI can help establishing a mechanism where the automated incident response can be implemented. So once a AI system identifies that there is a threat which has happened within the system, it can trigger predefined workflows within a SOA platform. So these workflows can have different automated actions which are designed to contain and mitigate the threat without requiring human intervention. And there are certain tools which are again using this kind of tactics or techniques within the organization. So there's a possibility that the attack has happened, and the system has detected it. So it can also automate the countermeasures in case of those kind of threats are happening. So that is what the AI can do in case of such incidents which are happening. Talking about orchestration and automation, so SOAR platforms again, they orchestrate different security tools and technologies, automating the repetitive and manual tasks across the incident response lifecycle and other security operations. So basically, they are automating the incident response within the system itself. Examples of this can be like automatically and giving alerts with threat intelligence, or informing about the incidents based on severity and context, also automating the collection of forensic data. So these things can happen automatically without losing any time in the process, because sometimes what happens, when it comes to the human intervention, the things may get delayed also. So these initial activities which are already predefined, the workflows are already predefined within the organizations, so they can also be automated, and the systems can be proactive in terms of handling the attack within the organization. So this will help in improving the efficiency and productivity of the security teams, and also reducing the likelihood of human errors in terms of wherever we have got the repetitive tasks. The next is the adaptive security measures. So AI system can also be used for implementing the adaptive security measures. Like for example, they can analyze the network traffic, user behavior, system logs, threat intelligence in real time on a continuous basis. And based on identified patterns and anomalies from the historical data, they can dynamically adjust the security controls. So they can even redefine the security measures if required. Rather than doing it manually, we can redefine the security measures in such cases. This can involve automatically adjusting the firewall rules, increasing the stringency of authentication protocols, or even deploying the additional security tools, or even dynamically creating honeypots to trap the attackers. So these things can be automated with the help of AI technologies, and this will again reduce the impact of the attack which happens within the organization. So this will create more resilient and responsive security posture, and which can adapt to evolving threats. This will also reduce reliance on static security configurations, and it will provide a more nuanced and context-aware approach to security. And the last one is the main objective can be to reduce the response time. So response time can also be, of course, all these three things, whatever we have said, they're all helping in reducing the response time. By automating the detection, analysis, containment, and mitigation actions, AI significantly shortens the time gap between the occurrence of an incident and implementation of the countermeasures. So that is the biggest advantage, you can say. And this speed is often beyond the human capabilities, because the things may take time. So this helps to reduce the response time of the systems itself, especially when dealing with large volumes of data and sophisticated attacks, where we don't have the newer kind of attacks, in fact, if I say here. So these are the four things, four categories in which the AI systems can help to respond at machine speed. Then talking about what all, so once the attack has happened, what next? What next can be done? So how the AI systems can be helpful in terms of unlocking the insights from the security data. So again here, the data analysis can be done. And as you know, the security logs and the network traffic analysis, different individual devices will have different security logs, and it can be a huge data. So these different devices, they generate massive amounts of data from different sources, which involves security devices, endpoint logs, cloud services, even security tools are there, and many more. So this kind of data analysis with a manual course is kind of impossible. So AI algorithms can be designed to efficiently process and analyze this data, identifying the subtle patterns in this data, the correlations in this data, which humans or which individual analysts may miss if it's happening manually or if it's with the human eye. This can involve identifying trends in attack patterns across multiple networks, also across multiple endpoints, also correlating seemingly disparate events to uncover sophisticated attacks or gaining a holistic view of the organization's security posture. So basically, uh, uh, once the attack has happened, the data from different sources, the AI makes it easy to analyze the data and understand patterns within the data and come to the conclusions in such cases. The second thing is behavioral analytics. So again, the machine learning techniques can be used for establishing the baselines of normal behavior and abnormal behavior. So, for example, different users working on different devices, or in fact, device itself, a specific server is having, suddenly it is having too much of traffic, a specific router is having too much traffic, or a specific machine itself is generating too much of traffic. So what can be the reason for that? So anomaly detection algorithms can be used to identify deviations from these baselines. So whatever baselines we have, whatever usual traffic we have, if there is some change in that, AI machine learning algorithms can help you to identify those deviations. So if you detect that specific employee is suddenly downloading lots of data, lots of files from the server, or any unusual activities, so that can be a kind of concern. That can be a kind of instigating factor in that case, that to check and to see why it is happening there. Then the next thing is contextual awareness. So AI systems can correlate isolated security events with contextual information such as user roles, asset criticality, time of day, location of the event, and what kind of threat data they have. So that is also possible with the help of the AI techniques. So this can help providing a richer and more meaningful understanding of the security alerts. For example, a suspicious login attempt from an unusual location can be flagged as a high risk. So usually, all the logins are happening within the city network, but some login has happened from an unknown network. So that can be a triggering factor to check what is the reason for that. Talking about the benefits in that case, so the benefits will be that it will reduce the false positives by providing more context to the security alerts. It will also help enable security analysts to prioritize and respond to the most critical alerts effectively. So rather than, I mean, something unusual which has happened and which may not be more important, not a security threat for you, but there's some other thing which you may have missed out. So these kind of things can automatically be handled by the AI tools. And the last one is improved alert fatigue. So what happens in this case, the volume of security alerts which is generated by different tools can be difficult for the security team to analyze and manage. So people may either become complacent, or they may be tired of handling those kind of issues. So what happens is AI algorithms can analyze and correlate alerts from different sources, identify the redundant or low priority alerts, and prioritize those which are representing genuine threats. So you can differentiate between the low priority and the genuine threats, and then accordingly you can react on those threats which are there. So this reduces the burden on security analysis. All these four factors, they reduces the burden on security analysts, allowing them to focus on investigating and responding to the genuine threats within the network. And also it improves the efficiency and effectiveness of the security operations. So these are the analysis which can be done with the help from the security incidents, from the data which you receive from security incidents. Moving on, now how the AI is impacting the overall scenario. So as we are using the AI for counter towards the cyber attacks, the cyber criminals are also using the AI for instigating new attacks. So it's a kind of very typical scenario where the same technology is being used by both the parties, and we have to use AI again to counter the threats which are happening from there. So malwares can be trained using the reinforcement learning to observe the behavior of security defenses. That means the criminals, they can generate AI powered malwares, and those malwares, what they can do, they can learn the security defenses in your system, and then they can uh, make a new kind of attack for the network then. So then what they can do, they can alter their behavior to evade the detection. So the malwares know that what kind of security mechanism you have in the network. They learn from it, and they train themselves so that they cannot be detected by your security systems. So that is the use of AI. AI can also generate more complex and nuanced variations of malware code, making signature-based detection very less effective. So the malware code can be made so complex that it cannot be detected, or it will bypass all the security mechanisms which are there. And machine learning can analyze victim systems and environments to tailor the malware's payload and execution for maximum impact. So what happens is, this AI powered malwares, they make the malwares more harder to detect and analyze because they have been powered with the AI technology. It also increases the persistence and effectiveness of the attacks for the cyber criminals. And for these kind of AI powered malware, it requires more advanced and adaptive defense mechanisms. So this is something which is happening. I mean, as we are using AI to counter the attacks, the hackers or the attackers are using AI to make their uh, attacks more stronger as well, to learn from our security patterns and then make the new attacks security proof, you can say in that way. Also, automated social engineering. So we all understand how the attackers use social engineering for the purpose of attack, but AI can analyze vast amounts of publicly available data for the users to create highly personalized phishing emails. So they are also using AI to create the emails in the similar way as we are drafting our emails. So they can understand our behavior, they can understand all our data which is available on the social media platform or wherever it is available on different profiles. And then they can create personalized emails which can be difficult for the systems to detect as a phishing email. And even they can also imitate the voice calls that are tailored for individual victims based on their interest, relationships, and vulnerabilities. So all these things can happen with the help of automated social engineering techniques, which is again happening these days now. They can also create AI-powered chatbots who can engage in conversations with the victims, building trust and eliciting sensitive information over the time. So chatbots can also be used as a social engineering tools to interact with the end users and to get information from that end users. So these automated social engineering tactics can increase the success rate of social engineering attacks, which can be a major entry point for many cyber breaches. The next thing is autonomous hacking tools. So the AI agents can be trained to perform different tasks like intelligent reconnaissance, like automatically or autonomously scan the networks, identify open ports, and gather information about the target services. So they can use AI tools to scan the network and to identify vulnerabilities within the network. And dynamically, they can test systems for zero-day vulnerabilities also. They can also use AI tools for automatically choosing and deploy different exploit based on the vulnerabilities within the target environment. And once the system is compromised, AI agent can automatically explore the network to find what valuable assets you have and how the attack can be propagated. So this is another way AI can be used by the cyber attackers to attack your systems. This will help them to automate the majority of their tasks of the hacking. It will also help them to increase the speed and scale of the attacks, and it will reduce the need for extensive human expertise in terms of how the activities have to be done at every stage of the attack. This can lead to a more sophisticated and unpredictable attack patterns. So this is another issue which can happen. And the last is faster and more scalable attacks. So AI can also help, like we are reducing response time of the post attack. Similarly, they are using the AI for faster and more scalable attacks. So by automating different stages of the attack life cycle, from the reconnaissance to the social engineering to exploitation and lateral movement, AI can allow attackers to launch attacks with greater speed and against a larger number of targets simultaneously. So when you are having different bots, you can generate multiple bots, and those individual bots can attack different systems at the same time, which is again possible. So AI-powered tools can adapt and react more quickly than human operators, making a defense more challenging for the network administrators. This can lead to widespread and rapidly evolving cyber attacks, and also the security defense and response capabilities can be uh, difficult for the networks in that case. So this is another use of AI by the cyber attackers. Now we talk about the limitations of AI in the field of cyber security. I'll be quick in this one. So the data dependency is there. So AI, because AI is in fact, AI technology as a whole, if you see, so in whatever production models are being prepared by the people, so AI totally depends on the historical data. And one thing is that AI depends on historical data, and it is very important that historical data has to be accurate, appropriate. It has to come from the valid source. Lots of clauses are there. So if you want to have a good system, a good AI based system, a good trained system, it can only work if the system has got enough amounts of data on which the system has been trained. There's something called as what goes in goes out, what comes out. So if the data which is bad, the result will be bad. So that is what you can say here. So AI models depend on the large amount of data. So if the data is good, the result will be good. If the data is not good, result will not be good. There is a bias in the algorithms. So biases in the algorithm is there. We all understand. We all know that. That's the biggest challenge for the AI models these days. So when the data is being trained, we have to see that the algorithms are not biased. Biased in terms of like they are not. They are all working on all the possible parameters of the cyber threats when they are assessing a threat. So all the parameters should be there in the data set. All the parameters should be assessed also for the data set, for the algorithm, and all the parameters should have their importance level also. So if there's a specific parameter which has a higher priority, other parameter has a less priority. So all these things is again a big factor in terms of the you can say effectiveness of the algorithm. So bias in algorithms is there, which is a bigger factor. Explainability. So again, understanding why an AI makes a particular decision can be challenging. So on what model you have trained the AI and why it is making a specific decision, on how many parameters, on how many conditions it has been trained, it can be difficult for one to understand. So until unless the systems are tested and they are being implemented, it is difficult to predict that they will be working 100%. But nowadays the tools are very smart. I mean, I was looking into different AI tools which have been implemented, and they have shown considerable increase and trust in the users, the organizations which are using those AI tools. And then again, adversarial attacks on AI. So that is another thing. Attackers can craft inputs designed to fool the AI security systems. That is another thing. So I was telling you, if the data which has been entered while training the system is not good, the result will not be good. So attackers can also craft specialized inputs that are designed to fool the AI systems, and then they can carry out their activities. So which is a bigger challenge for this field. The next thing is about the human oversight. So that's another big debate which always happens in every field, that whether AI is going to replace humans. So this is the answer for that. So AI is a tool, yes, which requires human expertise for configuration, monitoring, and validation. So it's a supporting tools for us which can help us. But yes, we need human oversight to manage the effectiveness and the way the AI is working. AI is being used by the people within the organization. So we cannot just totally depend on the AI, although I was talking about different activities can be automated, but yes, they need to be monitored by the humans as well. So human oversight is more important at every level. It's necessary so that AI systems are used ethically, and also they should be used to address any kind of biases. Because I mean, if the system has been designed in a way that it is treating a particular traffic as a breach, as a incident of a network attack, but actually it's not an attack, it is a algorithm fault. So that can be a problem. So that is where the human oversight is important for us. So humans and AI should work together. AI definitely helps the human capabilities, but ultimately the AI should be used as a supporting tool for the humans. Human can provide the context, intuitions, and strategic thinking to strengthen the AI tools around us. AI can definitely help us in terms of reducing the repetitive tasks which are there. They can help us in terms of analyzing the big data sets and providing results to us. But when it comes to supervision, when it comes to the strategic thinking, humans intervention is required. And security teams should focus on high level of strategic decision, because whatever time they are saving from these AI based tools, so that time they can use for making the new mechanisms for improving or making the AI tools more stronger in terms of making the incident response better for the network. And then lastly, the need for training and upskilling cybersecurity professionals is highly important. I mean, currently, if you see the workforce is the workforce which is focusing on the cybersecurity is around 70%. So still, and the demand is much higher. So we have to look into that, how we can upskill our cybersecurity workforce, or we use a word which is called as cyber warriors. So how can we upskill our cyber warriors so that they can help us to safeguard our networks? That is more important for us. And these cyber warriors, other than their basic network understanding, they should also have understanding of how the AI algorithms work, their capabilities and their limitations. So AI will be an added topic for the cyber security specialist in the coming days, and I'm sure there will be more certifications coming up where they will cover up AI also as a part of that specific topic. The workflows and processes which can be integrated with the AI insights should also be developed in such systems. So this is how the humans and AI can work together. So moving on, talking about the AI ethical implications. So we have all understood that the use of AI to analyze user data also raises the privacy issues, which is anyhow there in most of the systems. The moment we are on a system, the data privacy is a concern. The transparency and accountability, how to ensure that AI algorithms are working as per their requirement. how to ensure that the AI will not be misused for any other operations within the network. Again, to understand the bias in the AI, this is also something which needs to be checked and tested by the people using the AI tools. And also a clear ethical guidance and regulations should be there when we talk about development and deployment of AI in the field of cybersecurity. So this is what we can say about how what is the current context of cybersecurity, what is happening around us, and how the AI can play an important role in managing. I'll not say managing, encountering the attacks of the uh, on the networks, what role it can play. But talking about what else can happen future, what else can happen in the future, so we'll have more sophisticated AI models which will be advanced with the deep learning and other AI techniques as AI is evolving day by day. So we are going to see more new models. I mean, every day you can see some new techniques, new technologies are coming up. So we can expect to see that there are different adoption of more models around the globe which are using the deep learning, machine learning, and NLP techniques in terms of strengthening the cybersecurity tools which are around us. And there will be reinforcement learning agents for adaptive security. So reinforcement basically means from the past and from the current attacks, they will learn the behavior and then they will find the risk mitigation. So the reinforcement learning agents will be more prevalent in areas like intrusion detection and adaptive firewall management, and also in terms of learning the security policies through trial and error in the control environment. So we'll be seeing more of AI driven models uh, to to identify the threats within the systems or within the networks, we can say. We'll also talk about self-healing security systems, as I was telling you, automated response systems. So the self-healing security systems is something which is going to be I'll say which is going to be a most important thing to look for. And we hope that by this year, by next year, we'll see some kind of progress happening in this field, where these systems will leverage AI to an extent that it can automatically detect the vulnerabilities and it can find the remedy, find the solution as well. The systems can continuously scan for the vulnerabilities, and in many cases they will be automatically finding the solutions, automatically applying the patches or automatically reconfiguring to mitigate those vulnerabilities within the system. That is what will also happen. We can see that. Also in the self-healing, we will see intelligent intrusion prevention and response systems. So AI can dynamically adjust security controls, as I was telling earlier. So there's a possibility that depending on what kind of traffic is happening, what kind of threat we are perceiving, we can see from the data, we can adjust our firewall rules and access policies. It can be an incident response systems for the networks. Talking about AI for security, automation, and orchestration. So again, we will have more integrated and intelligent systems platforms which will help to counter these threats around us. We can expect to see adoption of more such models where they will help us to save from such attacks, we can say. And the last one is this ongoing arms race between AI powered defenses and AI powered attacks. This is something which is going to be there, of course, because as we are strengthening ourselves, they will be strengthening themselves and finding new ways of attacking the systems. They will be using AI tools again for finding new techniques and methods for attacking the systems. So these things can happen in the future. So we'll talk about some real world applications of AI in the field of cybersecurity. There are certain applications I have identified. There are many more, of course, but I have just picked up a couple of them just to understand how they are being used. So there's something called as dark trees, where AI is used for threat detection and analysis purpose. So dark trees is a tool which is using the machine learning, anomaly detection, which is using these technologies which dark trace leverages AI to detect cyber threats in real time, analyzing network activity and identifying anomalies that is a significant that signals the potential attacks within the systems. So it can help. This can help to faster threat detections, and also it can reduce false positives and also improve security responses. Talking about the next one is a Barracuda Networks AI, which is used for phishing detection and prevention. So this is also using NLP and machine learning. And the Barracuda Networks, they use AI to scan email content, analyze user behavior, and block any phishing attempts before they reach the inboxes. And talking about Barracuda Networks again, the organizations who are using it, they have found that 95% reduction in the phishing breaches have happened. So AI has prevented the attacks before the attacks are compromising the users. There's a 40% decrease in the financial losses by the people who are using the Barracuda networks. 60% lower success rates for phishing attacks. And the AI, the Barracuda network also identifies phishing campaigns 24 hours earlier than the traditional security tools. And also it has got AI-powered email warnings, which improve user vigilance and threat response. This is another tool which is being used by the people and which is more effective tool uh, for the organizations. Then another one is CrowdStrike. I'm sure some of these tools our experts are familiar with, and they might have more to talk about these tools during the discussion session. So CrowdStrike is another tool which uses behavior analysis, which uses machine learning, and this tool, it uses AI to detect malware behavior, stopping the ransomware attacks before they can encrypt the files. And it has helped to prevent malware infections and reduces the ransomware impact in the organizations, minimizing the business downtimes. Another one is Cisco StealthWatch, which is again another network traffic analysis tool, which is using machine learning, data analytics technology, and it is helping to monitor network activity, detecting unusual patterns that may indicate a cyber attack. Some of the statistics available for this tool is that this tool has helped 35% reduction in the undetected intrusions. Also, it has 50% faster threat response time and 60% improved network visibility and 70% faster malware detection. So this is another beneficial tool which is using the AI power in terms of detecting and securing our networks. Moving on, another one which is being used by the MasterCard AI for fraud detection. So they are using anomaly detection, predictive analytics in this tool. So MasterCard is using this AI to analyze real-time transactions, identifying and blocking the fraudulent activities, which has helped them to reduce fraud-linked losses and also enhancing the customer trust and improving the payment security. So this is something which is again used, and I'm sure that many other financial organizations are using similar kind of tools within their systems. Talking about Palo Alto, again, they also have a AI for security automation. So they are using machine learning technology with automated response systems. So Cortex automates security operations, detecting threats, and orchestrating responses without human intervention. This is another security feature which is from the Palo Alto Networks Cortex tool. So this is helping them to speed the security operations and also minimizing the human error and improving the efficiency within the during the specific attack. Another one is XRB, which is used for insider threat detection. They are using user and entity behavior analytics and machine learning. This tool can be used for analyzing user behavior and detecting the unusual activities that indicates the insider threats. This tool has helped to prevent data leaks, improves internal security, and reduces the corporate risk. Some statistics for this tool is available, which says 92% reduction in the insider threat incidents. The AI is capable of detecting the threat before they escalate. Another impact is 45% faster response time because of the automated workflows. And the next one is 60% fewer false positives. So AI also reduces the security alert fatigue because the lesser false positive you have, the team will have more time to spend on other activities. Also, enhanced regulatory compliances. So AI can also help organizations to meet data protection standards. And stronger protection prevents unauthorized access and data exfiltration. So this is another tool which is being used by the organizations. Another one is ARMIS, which is for IoT security, IoT networks. It is using the machine learning technology, network behavior analysis, and ARMIS monitors the connected IoT devices, identifying the vulnerabilities and threats in real time. It protects the IoT devices from cyber threats and ensures the secure network access. Some statistics available for this tool: 75% reduction in IoT security incidents. AI detects and neutralizes threats before the damage occurs, which is something which we look for. 60% improved network visibility. So when we talk about these stats, they are relevant to the usual security measures in comparison to the usual security measures. 80% faster IoT asset discovery. AI automates device detection and risk assessment. And some figures in terms of financial: $5 million prevented in operational losses. AI blocks IoT-based cyber attacks before they disrupt the business also. It also helps in faster incident response. That's another tool which is being used by the people. The next one is Lacework, where AI is used for the cloud security. They use AI-driven threat monitoring and they use configuration analysis using the AI. This technology helps the cloud platform to detect misconfigurations, vulnerabilities, and threats in the cloud environment. It prevents the cloud breaches, it enhances the compliances, and strengthens the cloud security postures. So some statistics for Lacework again, which is 70% reduction in the cloud security breaches. AI has prevented misconfigurations and detects threats early. 50% improvements in compliance enforcements and 60% faster threat response. $15 million prevented in data breach cost. AI stops cloud-based attacks before they cause damage. And of course, enhanced visibility across cloud environments. That's another benefit of this specific tool. And the last one is SINAC, which is an AI for automated penetration testing. They are using machine learning technology, which attacks simulation, and they learn from the simulation attacks. SINAC combines AI with ethical hacking to conduct continuous pen testing attacks, identifying vulnerabilities before attackers do. This impact is strengthens security defenses, uncovers system weaknesses, and ensures compliance with security standards. So you are testing your own systems with the help of this AI tool. So we are testing our systems using the AI techniques for any kind of vulnerabilities, and then we are finding preventive measures to stop them. Some statistics for SINAC, which is 65% reduction in the undetected vulnerabilities, which is a big number. AI is proactively discovering the security gaps within the networks. 50% increase in security testing efficiency. AI automates pen testing, reducing the manual efforts. 30% more critical vulnerabilities identified. So AI assessment helps to identify the vulnerabilities within the networks. 45% reduction in attack surface, and also 50% faster compliance audits. So these are the benefits of SINAC tools. So these are some of the tools which I have discussed here, but there are many tools which are available, and I'm sure our experts are using many of these tools in their day-to-day operations. The future is security. The future is smart security. Everything around us has become smart. So security also has to be smart. The smart security systems have to be there. AI systems have become more sophisticated. We will see more advancements in terms of attacks, and we'll see more advancements in terms of threat detection also. We'll see more advancement in terms of threat response also, and in terms of prevention also. There are certain things which we expect that AI will provide us very soon, which is cybersecurity prediction. AI will be able to analyze data not only for the purpose of detecting, but also for the purpose of responding to the existing threats and to anticipate and mitigate potential attacks before they can occur. So, which is already happening, of course, as some of these tools which I have mentioned here, it's already happening now. But yes, we want them to be more stronger. So, wherever we have said 50%, 60%, I'm sure that figure is going to increase and it is going to be 99%. That is what we are looking for with the help of the new technologies. So by analyzing the patterns across various data sets, AI will be able to predict the tactics and techniques the cyber criminals may use, enabling organizations to take preventive measures long before an attack begins. So we can predict the attacks and we can prevent the attacks. That is what we expect that the AI in cybersecurity will be able to do. We will also look for the technology in terms of developing self-healing systems, so whereby AI can help us to develop self-healing cybersecurity systems where AI-driven tools automatically detect the vulnerabilities and patch them without any human intervention. This will also reduce the response time. Also, it will decrease the window of opportunity for cyber criminals to exploit weaknesses in the systems. We will also see advanced phishing detection tools, advanced malware detection tools. We will see how these AI technologies can help us to save us from these new techniques the attackers are using. So as AI algorithms improve, they will become better by detecting phishing attempts, by analyzing email content, sender behavior, and the context of the communication. So by embracing a thoughtful and collaborative approach, we can harness the power of AI to create a more secure and resilient digital world for the future. The time to act responsibly and strategically is now. So with this, I will stop my presentation here, and I will also have 2 questions for you to think about that when we close the presentation. So what are the biggest challenges you see in implementing the AI-driven cybersecurity solutions in your organization? And how do you think AI will change the future of cyber warfare? With that note, I will end my presentation. Thank you so much. And over to you, Mr. Alonso.
Sridhar, you're there?
Yeah.
Okay. Sridhar, why I brought you into this call is, actually, I just on WordCamp team, they wanted CAD drawings to be integrated. We just wanted you to understand what is their expectations at a high level, so that tomorrow we are having a session with them from 10 to 12 for one time. So if sir can tell you what is their current setup and their expectation, so that we can see how we can integrate with the ERP Sridhar. That's why I added you.
Okay.
Yeah, sir is on mute. He'll be coming back. Once he comes, we can discuss. Okay, 2 minutes.
Okay.
Doctor, your mic is mute. Dr. Jitendra?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I'm done with the presentation now. So open for questions.
So there is a question in the from the members actually. Is there? Okay, this is the conversation. So far, we didn't see any questions. Members, if you have any questions, you can actually post it on our chat box. So there is a question, Dr. Jitendra. Your take on AGI and how would it impact AI?
Arun sir, let me know once you're ready.
Dr. Jitendra, there is a question here in the chat box. Your take on AGI and how would it impact AI?
What is AGI? What does AGI refers to here? I just what is AGI referring to here?
Could be somewhere actually artificial general intelligence.
Yes, Mr. Ian. I think Mr. Ian has asked the question. So artificial general intelligence. Where is?
Yeah, it's where human bots are being used. There is also another question. Don't you think the attackers will or can override the AI also?
That is what the thing is. I mean, that's a big that is what we were talking about, double sword, where so as we are using AI tools to prevent the attacks, the attackers are also using the AI tools to instigate or to make their attack more stronger. So attackers will try to override the AI, yes, but it's a kind of situation where the how quick is your response times, or who is able to kind of exploit the technology in the better way. So attackers definitely, I mean, it's all about who is using technology in a better way, because they will use AI to counter the AI. So that is their possibility that it can be done.
The previous question is talking about the artificial general intelligence, where human bots are being used.
Human bots, it's another big concern, because what happens is if any activity is happening by individual, it is one person, but you can create multiple bots, and you can perform multiple activities simultaneously. So if that is what he's referring to, so it is going to impact. Yes, it is going to impact. It is not going to impact AI, but it is going to impact the activities within the organizations, I will say.
Thank you, Doctor.
I'm a little bit not able to understand this question, so that is my bad here.
There is one more question as well, actually. Standards against which AI deployed can be audited in terms of risk management and security.
Yes. So the organizations are having the compliances now. The regulations are coming up within countries, and the different countries have come up with their own AI regulations now, so which are in place. In fact, even in Oman government also, they have, if I remember, if I'm not wrong, in January, I think they came up with some document whereby they have the AI framework. So the governments are coming up with the AI regulations, and they will see that how the AI technology can be used and what are the regulations for usage of AI technology. Yes, we can get zero-day attack solutions using AI. That is something again which we discussed earlier. So that is a that is again possible.
How organizations can better manage the shadow AI risk?
That's another challenge for all of us, in fact, because the use and misuse of AI is happening around us. So again, when it comes to the regulations from the government, once the government regulations are there, once people are aware about the regulations, then of course these risks will be minimized. So until and unless these regulations are clearly specified, clearly implemented, the issues are there. But it can be managed. So, I mean, or in fact, you can say before the government comes with the regulations, organizations can have their own regulations in terms of how the AI can be used, and then that can prevent them for any kind of risk which can happen within the organizations.
Thank you, Doctor. There is another question as well. How do we validate the accuracy of AI-driven threat detection?
How can we validate? So all the AI-based tools, they are built up on a very simple pattern, which is training the data and validating and testing the data, training and testing the data, and then of course implementing it. So this accuracy of system depends on how big the data set is, how accurate the data set is, and how good the data set is, which was used for building up this AI driven system. So if AI driven system has used a data set which is good enough to predict accurately, the accuracy will be high. In fact, all the AI based systems, when they are predicting or they are making predictions for anything, they always talk about higher accuracy. So that higher accuracy, it is more accurate when your data set is high, bigger, and when your data set is accurate, because getting a good data set, getting a reliable data set is also a very big challenge. So that is why I was telling, if you have a bad data set, the output will be bad. If you have a good data set, output will be good. So that is what the thing is. A good data set can lead to a accurate results prediction. Mr. Muzammil, sorry, this is not in my capacity to answer this question, because which tool is more effective? I'm sure the security the experts who are there who are using these tools, they can better answer you. I cannot say that which AI tool will be more effective for mitigating the attacks.
One more question as well.
Yeah, again, the fraud, that's a valid question, and I appreciate this question, in fact. So the AI based systems which are there, they are working on the historical data sets for predicting, and the people who are doing the fraud or people who are doing the attacks, the hackers, they are working on the new methods, new technologies. So that is the reason why the things are happening. So by the time or we have got those self-healing systems, or self-healing systems are in place. The moment self-healing systems will be in place, these frauds will be minimized then.
Also, the other question is, do we benchmark AI results against known threats or human?
Yes, I will answer this. So again, when we are developing any AI based model, when we are developing any model, so what happens is we look into the historical records, historical threats, historical data, and in that historical data, let us take an example. So if there are 100 records, so we will train our model with 50 records or 40 records first, and our model will understand that on what parameters, on what categories there's a possibility that it's a threat, or what is the chance of that this specific traffic is a threat. So our model will learn from those 40 records that what are the parameters for a traffic to be threat. Then the model will test that in remaining 60 records. That is my result matching with the remaining 60 records, yes or no. So that is what accuracy level is. So when my result matches with those remaining 60, that means what? That means my accuracy is higher. So the same thing can be implemented further then. So when you say we benchmark AI results against known threats or human rights reviews, so when we are developing the models, we are actually developing the model based on the historical attacks, and we have already benchmarked that. We have already done that. So we expect that the model will predict accurately for the for whatever input you are giving to the model. It will predict you accurately based on the test training and testing which you have done. That's another good question. So when you say when both are using historical data, so AI also takes data, which is AI also works on the technologies like NLPs, like different other models which are there. AI also takes data from different from the current data sets as well. AI takes data from the historical as well as current data sets also when it is doing the prediction. So it learns from the current data also when it is making predictions. It is both way actually. AI is historical also, and also the current data set which is happening. So it takes that also in its memory, and it trains, and then it learns and it predicts them. So that is how you can differentiate between AI systems and ML systems. ML system is purely on the historical, AI systems historical as well as the data which is available now also, we can say. It combines them. ML depends on historical data.
So there is no more questions, I believe. Members, if there is any more questions, please put quickly in the chat box. We are going to come to the end of this session for the today. Great, Dr. Jitendra. That was a very insightful presentation, and a good round of applause for our speaker, Dr. Jitendra Pandey, and also for our panelists to arranging this fantastic session. And now we'd like to come to a formal vote of thanks. And first and foremost, let us thank His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq for allowing us to function as a chapter here. And we also thank our sponsor, corporate sponsor, College of Banking and Financial Studies, to supporting our chapter to function as a chapter in Oman. And we also thank our corporate supporters, Arabian Industries, multiple corporate supporters that is actually helping us in functioning this chapter as a whole. And also we thank all our members and guests who participated in this session for the day today. And last but not the least, I would like to thank our speaker of the day, Dr. Jitendra. That was a very insightful presentation and very detailed presentation. And there is one more question here. Would you like to take it on, Doctor? Your mic is muted, Doctor.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, the application is similar in every scenario. So, whereby, but you talk about OT in terms of operational threats. What is OT security here?
Operational technology, especially the industrial platform.
Industrial platform. So again, it depends on like OT. If it's a mechanical systems. If they are mechanical systems, then of course, yeah, I got it now. So if it's a mechanical systems, then they have their own ways of handling it. But yes, even in the mechanical systems also, they have got their own data. That data can be analyzed. That data can be used by the technology, and then they can see that what incidents have happened in the past, what are the reason for the incidents, and then probably that can be used for preventing any kind of incidents there. Any kind of incidents there. But if you talk about again the technology here, so similar kind of approach will be followed as what we are following in the networks here. Similar kind of approach can be followed to mitigate any kind of threats. So yes, the technology can be used for enhancing the security of the ICS and OT. It can be used.
Thank you, Dr. Jitendra. And in continuation of our thank you note, actually, I would like to add up our corporate supporters, gold supporter, which is Arabian Industries, and we also have our silver corporate supporters, Clystron Global, Premier Brains, and Crowman. And we are coming to the end of the session for today. And as I said, actually, the success of such webinars and such events are possible only with the support of our members and guests and our board of directors who are present today. And as well, there are a lot of efforts that is being happened behind the scenes. So thank you, board, ISACA Muscat board. And with your permission, Dr. Jitendra, we would like to share the presentation slides with our members. Do we have your consent?
Yes, sir. I will do that. I will do that.
Okay, then. That's fantastic. A huge thank you to everyone for joining us tonight, and thank you all. Have a nice day. Have a good day. We look forward to see you at the next ISACA Muscat chapter event. Thank you, members, and thank you, guests. Thank you, Dr. Jitendra. We'll wind up the session by now. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.